But I say I'm the best at everything, I sound like a jerk.
It is a tightrope walk. Americans want you to self-promote, but they hate bragging.
So how do you solve that? Okay, picture this. It's a Tuesday morning. You're sitting in one of those slightly uncomfortable ergonomic office chairs.
Oh, I know the ones.
You're wearing your absolute best outfit. Maybe it's that blazer that's a little tight or a tie you haven't worn in 3 years. Your palms are sweating just a tiny bit.
I can feel the anxiety rising already.
Right. It's high stakes. Across from you is the hiring manager. You've done your homework. You've memorized the company mission statement. You are ready.
And then they smile, lean back, and they hit you with it.
The 4 scariest words in the English language.
Let me guess. Tell me about yourself.
Exactly. So tell me about yourself. And instantly, my brain it flatlines. It's total static.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, where do I even start? Do they want to know where I went to kindergarten? Do they want to know I have an irrational fear of pigeons?
Or do they just want you to, recite your resume line by line, which is what most people end up doing?
Right. They just start rambling, and you can just see the interviewer's eyes glaze over.
It's painful to watch.
It feels like such a trap. It sounds like the friendliest question in the world, just an icebreaker, but it causes the most anxiety. Why is that?
Because it's not actually a question.
It's not.
No, it's a test. And specifically in the U.S., it's a cultural literacy test. When someone asks that, they are not asking for your biography. They are checking to see if you know the unwritten script for that specific environment.
The unwritten script. That is exactly what we need to unpack today. Because for so many people, especially friends who might be new to the U.S., this question is an absolute minefield.
It is, because the right answer changes completely depending on who's asking.
So if you give a job interview answer to a neighbor at a barbecue,
you're going to sound like a robot. And if you give a barbecue answer to a hiring manager, you just sound unprofessional.
Okay, so our mission today is to decode that script. We're going to give you the keys to, the 3 main zones of life?
The 3 main zones. The job interview, the social party, and the group introduction.
And we're going to look at the psychology behind them. Because once you understand why Americans expect certain answers, you'll never freeze up again.
That's the goal.
I love that.
Yeah.
But wait, let me play devil's advocate for a second.
Go for it.
If I have a really good story about my life, like a solid, funny story about how I chose my career, why can't I just use that one great story for everyone?
Because context is king. Think about it like a wardrobe. You have a favorite outfit.
Definitely. Sweatpants and a hoodie.
Okay, comfortable. But you wouldn't wear sweatpants to a wedding, would you?
I mean, I could. People would stare, though.
Exactly. They'd stare because you violated the context. Conversation works the same way. We have these, 3 distinct buckets.
Okay, what are they?
Bucket 1 is the job interview. That's the prove it zone.
The prove it zone.
Bucket 2 is the social setting, the connect zone. And bucket 3, the group intro, that's the memorable zone.
Prove it, connect, and memorable. Okay, let's start with the big one, the job interview. High stakes.
Right. So, to understand the script here, you have to get the core values of American business culture. And it really boils down to 2 words.
And those are?
Efficiency and relevance.
Efficiency and relevance. So basically, don't waste my time and make it matter to me.
Precisely. When an interviewer asks, tell me about yourself, they're secretly asking a totally different question.
Which is?
Why are you the solution to my problem?
So they really don't care about my childhood or my hobbies at all?
Not even a little bit. Not in the first 60 seconds. That sounds harsh. But they are looking for ROI, return on investment.
Okay, let's do a quick role play. I want to show the mistake I usually make. You be the interviewer.
Okay. Clear throat. Thanks for coming in today. So tell me a little about yourself.
Well, thanks for having me. So I was born in 1990 in a small town, and I grew up with 2 brothers. My elementary school was great, and then I went to college and studied philosophy initially, but then I switched to marketing. And after college, I took a gap year.
And Vastus Sincurik, I'm stopping you right there.
Too much.
Way too far back. You are acting as the historian of your own life. Do not start with, I was born.
Right. And I assume I shouldn't just list my resume either.
No, that's the other big mistake, the audiobook resume. First I did this, then I did this. I can read. I have your resume right here. I need you to synthesize it, not recite it.
I need to give them the narrative arc.
Exactly. And there is a very specific formula for this. It's called present, past, future.
Present, past, future. Okay, break that down.
Sure. Present, you start with who you are right now. One concise sentence. I'm currently a project manager at X company focusing on Y.
Okay, simple.
Then past. You don't tell your whole life story. You pick 2 or 3 specific wins or experiences that prove you can do this job.
So if I'm applying for a management role, I talk about my leadership experience.
Yes, exactly. You curate the past to match their needs. And finally, future. You pivot to why you're here, why this specific company.
Okay. Present, past, future. Let me try again. Same role play. I'm applying for a creative director role at a tech company.
Go for it. So tell me about yourself.
Well, currently, I'm a senior marketing manager at a startup, where I oversee our brand strategy and lead a team of 5 designers. Before that, I spent 4 years at a big agency, which taught me how to scale creative campaigns. And that's actually what brings me here. I followed your company's work, and I'm really excited about bringing that blend of strategy and creative to a team that's growing so fast.
Boom! Or perfect.
That felt incredibly
And
fun.
how long do you think that was? Maybe 45 seconds?
Yeah, something like that.
It should be 60 to 90 seconds max. In that short time, you defined your level, proved your skills, and you flattered the company.
And I didn't mention my cat.
No. And here's the cultural note. This is what we call low-context communication. In some cultures, diving straight into business can feel, aggressive. You want to build rapport first, talk about family.
Right, you want to have tea first.
Exactly. But in the U.S., in a business setting, competence is how you build rapport. Showing you respect their time by being concise is the politeness.
Wow, that is a huge mindset shift.
Yeah.
You're not being rude by being direct, you're being professional.
Precisely. You're signaling, I am ready to work.
Okay, so that's the boardroom. Now let's take off the blazer. We're moving to scenario 2, the casual party.
The connect zone.
So we're at a backyard BBQ. The energy is totally different.
Completely different. And this is where people who are great at interviews often fail socially. If you give that present, past, future answer here, people will back away slowly.
I am currently a senior manager. Yeah, nobody wants to hear that while eating a hot dog.
No, the goal here isn't competence. It's giving the other person a hook.
A hook, like a fishing hook.
In a way, yeah. You want to throw something out there that invites a follow-up question. You're trying to reduce the social friction.
Social friction, I like that. Don't make it hard for me to talk to you.
Exactly. If your answer is boring, I have to work really hard to keep the conversation going. The formula here is simple. Name plus a hook.
So what makes a good hook?
Specificity. A lot of people say something vague like, I work in computers, or I like movies.
And the only response is, cool.
It's a dead end. But if you say, I'm a software engineer, but I'm obsessed with restoring 90s arcade games, now I have 10 questions for you.
Or if I say, I work in healthcare. Boring.
But if you say, I'm an ER nurse, so my life is basically controlled chaos.
Now I want to know your craziest story. Okay, I see the difference. It's about opening a door.
And notice the values here are different. In the interview, it was efficiency. Here, it's authenticity and relatability.
Let's do a few rapid-fire examples. I'll ask, you give me a persona.
Ready?
Hey, nice to meet you. What's your story?
Hey, I just moved here from Austin, and honestly, I'm on a desperate mission to find the best tacos in the city. Any recommendations?
Oh, I love that. The taco hunter. Immediately, I'm thinking of my favorite spot.
Exactly. You're helping me help you. Try another one.
Okay, so tell me about yourself.
Well, I work in finance to pay the bills, but my real job is keeping my golden retriever from eating my socks.
The dog parent. An instant bridge.
Everybody loves talking about pets.
Okay, one more.
I'm a nurse, but right now I know way too much about velociraptors because my 3-year-old is in a heavy dinosaur phase.
The dinosaur parent. That is so relatable.
And that's the key word, relatable. We don't like people who seem too perfect in the U.S. If you just introduce yourself with your fancy job title, you might seem arrogant.
I'm the vice president of sales.
Yeah, but if you say, I work in sales, which mostly means I live in airports, you're humanizing yourself. It creates a bond.
So the interview is about, I can do this. The party is about, I am like you.
Correct.
All right, let's hit scenario 3. This one gives me the most anxiety. The classroom, the group meeting.
Ah, the dreaded, let's go around the room and introduce ourselves.
It's the worst. You're just sitting there, counting people, rehearsing your lines in your head.
And not listening to a word anyone else says.
Exactly. So the pressure is to be memorable, but also brief.
Very brief. If you talk for 2 minutes, everyone hates you. You're stealing time. The target is 15 to 30 seconds. The formula is name plus role plus 1 sticky note.
A sticky note.
A mental sticky note. One detail that helps people file you away in their brain. We also call it the fun fact.
Ugh. The fun fact. I always feel so boring. I like pizza.
We can do better than pizza. A good fun fact is unique, but, and this is crucial, not heavy.
Define too heavy.
Well, you don't want to say, "Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm currently in therapy."
Yeah, that brings the room down.
Or, "I just survived a terrible car crash." Americans keep heavy personal topics for close friends. Keep it light. I've run a marathon. I have an identical twin. I make my own hot sauce.
Hot sauce is good. That's distinctive.
It sticks. So later, someone can say, "Hey, you're the hot sauce guy, right?"
So the goal isn't to be impressive. It's just to give people a handle to grab onto.
Exactly. Name, role, sticky note. Done.
Okay, so we've got our 3 zones: interview, party, group. But I want to go a little deeper into the psychology of this balance between confidence and arrogance.
Oh, this is a huge one. This is really hard for a lot of people.
Right. In many cultures, the norm is humility. You downplay your success.
Exactly. But if you do that in a U.S. job interview, if you say, "Oh, I helped a little bit," you sound incompetent.
But I say I'm the best at everything, I sound like a jerk.
It is a tightrope walk. Americans want you to self-promote, but they hate bragging.
So how do you solve that?
There's a little linguistic trick. You state the achievement clearly, but you attribute the opportunity to luck or the team.
Give me an example.
Okay, so instead of saying, "I won the top sales award because I'm amazing," which is arrogant,
Right.
you say, "I was lucky enough to win the top sales award last year,"
Lucky enough.
or "I had the great opportunity to lead the team that won the award." You're stating the fact, but wrapping it in gratitude. It signals confidence without ego.
That's such a good nuance. Now, there is one trap I want to warn people about. I've done this. I've walked into a room and said, "Tell me about yourself. What do you want to know?"
Oh, no. The "what do you want to know" response.
I'm trying to be helpful. I'm trying to give them what they want.
I know. But in the U.S. context, it signals you're unprepared. It puts the burden of the conversation back on them.
The cognitive load.
Exactly. You're basically saying, "I didn't do my homework, so you tell me what to do. You need to drive the car."
It's a leadership signal. I know who I am, and I'm going to tell you.
Yes. It is better to give a 60-second answer that's slightly off target than to ask them to do the work for you.
Okay, before we wrap, we have to talk about geography. Does this advice change if I'm in New York versus Texas?
It definitely tweaks. Knowing the regional flavor gives you a serious edge.
Take us on a tour. Let's start in the South.
The South. Think slower pace, warmth. It's actually okay to mention family a little earlier there.
Yeah.
Rushing straight to business can be seen as rude.
Okay, what about the Midwest? Chicago, Ohio.
The Midwest is the land of humility. They value reliability, tenure. I've been at this plant for 15 years. That loyalty matters more than being a rock star.
Got it. Northeast, New York, Boston.
Speed, credentials. Get to the point. Small talk happens after you've proven you're worth talking to.
Brutal. And finally, the West Coast.
Passion-focused. Mentioning a side project, even in business, is actually a high-status signal. It shows you're creative. Being too corporate can be a negative.
Wow. So in New York, lead with your degree. In California, lead with your rock climbing app.
It's a simplification, but yeah, that's kind of the vibe.
You know, what I'm realizing is that tell me about yourself isn't actually about me at all.
That's a big epiphany.
In an interview, it's about solving their problem. At a party, it's about giving them a way to talk to you. In a group, it's about helping them remember you.
Exactly. It's an act of service to the listener. You're not showing off. You're being a good conversational partner.
I love that. It takes the pressure off. You're not performing. You're helping. So here's our challenge to you, the listener. You need to build your 3 scripts.
Don't just wing it. Actually write them down. Your 90-second interview script, your party hook, and your group sticky note.
Practice them until they feel boring to you, because that means they'll sound natural to everyone else.
And remember, the best introduction isn't the most impressive one. It's the one that makes the other person think, "Hey, I want to keep talking to this person."
Smile, read the room, and trust your script. You've got this.
You've got this.